While we're on the topic of the beloved Robert Glenn Lawler and his contributions to upping MMA's violence quotient as much as possible, we might as well check in on the status of the sport's white whale of matchmaking, Lawler vs. Nick Diaz. Way back in 2004, when both men were prospects on the rise, they met UFC 47. Lawler was a feared slugger then, the man many felt was destined to rule the welterweight class for years once his mentor Matt Hughes left the scene. Diaz was more of an unknown then, seen mostly as a jiu-jitsu player and hothead with a penchant for saying and doing outrageous things. The fight itself was incredibly memorable, with plenty of posturing and trash talk throughout and numerous wild exchanges. In what would become a hallmark of his later career, Diaz elected to fight fire with fire by engaging almost entirely in a boxing match with the heavy-handed Lawler, shocking most who had tuned in. In what would also prove to be a hallmark of his later career, it turned out that Diaz's confidence in this approach was far more warranted than doubters wanted to admit. In the second round, he planted a hook squarely on the chin of a pursuing Lawler, leaving him stiff-legged and wobbly. Diaz pounced, dropping Lawler and finishing him with strikes on the mat to bring one of the most memorable bouts of the 2000s to a close. While this one seems less likely to be booked considering it's been 3 years since Diaz fought and almost 5 since he's had a welterweight bout, it's a fight that fans have been anxious to see again since the first meeting. If the UFC could somehow pull it off, it would be among the most anticipated rematches in the history of the promotion.